my darlings, I hope you're all doing very, very well. I hope you are sitting comfortably, you are cozy, and you have your snacks and your beverages at the ready, because we are going to go on a tattoo TikTok journey today, honey. As you all know, I absolutely love doing this series. I could do this all day, every day. I just love watching tattoo related content, and I love to hear your thoughts and opinions on everything that I show in these TikTok reaction series. Honestly, the comment section is always an absolute blast, so thank you so much for the entertainment. Now, I feel like I need to do a quick apology before we get started, okay? In my last one of these, I messed up, okay? I said that inches was a universal measurement, and you were not happy with me. I was honestly so shocked with how many people that were like, no, inches are not universal, how dare you? And I was just like, oh my lord. Now, in my defense, okay, let me defend myself, please, before you all burn me at the stake. I come from a hairdressing background, believe it or not, okay? Back in my youth, I did a hairdressing apprenticeship thing. Like, I worked in a couple of salons. I don't know if it's just the UK, but in the UK, when you go to the hairdresser, right, people ask, you know, for a couple of inches off. Or they'll say, oh, can I have like 4 inches off of my hair, or 3 inches, or whatever, right? Yeah, I thought that was a universal thing. When you go to the hair salon, you ask for however many inches off of your hair when you get it cut. So that's why I was like, oh, inches is universal. Everyone asks for inches off of their hair. You have the 6-inch sub? No, like, no, we did. I feel like Subway's in a lot of countries. No, like, I don't know why I thought inches was like a universal thing. So I apologise. By the sounds of things, people prefer centimetres. So maybe instead of using inches, when you ask for a tattoo size, maybe say centimetres. Maybe I'll give that PSA out, okay? We'll use centimetres from now on. I do apologise. Thank you for the education. Me and my hair and sandwich measurements are over and out now, okay? Okay, are we ready? Yes? Wonderful. When my client, who usually wears baggy clothing, comes in for her hip thigh tattoo... No. Are you really gonna out yourself on a public platform for being a disgusting creep? Are you gonna do that? Oh, that is bold. That is bold and that is brave, honey. Wow. Really? You don't care, like, the audacity? I mean, I'm glad that you've outed yourself like that, because now we can all see you're an absolute massive creep. And oh, what's that? Nobody wants to get tattooed by you because you're gonna just stare at your client's body like that? I'm so glad the top comment is this. I definitely getting a female tattoo artist for my hippies. Thanks for ruining yet another thing where we are supposed to feel safe. This is why getting tattooed by women is infinitely better. This is an interesting video to make so women no longer want to get tattooed by you. So yeah, I'm glad I'm not the only one that thinks that this is just disgusting. Awful. Like, absolutely freaking not. To be stared at and objectified by a tattoo artist in 2024. This is just so bold. I actually can't believe an artist is out here just admitting to being a creep. But hey, thanks for showing your red flag. Would you
I already made my choice, but I'm just curious to hear from the rest of you. Under these conditions that I'm about to tell you, would you show up for a tattoo appointment? So in 2020, my mom paid an artist that I really like on Instagram for tattoo permission, and I just never got it because I didn't have the money. And so my partner this year for Christmas was like, I'll pay for your tattoo, find an artist. So I, research artists in the area because I'm still new here, and find somebody that does the black work that I want for the type of tattoo that I want. And there's like a form you fill out on their Instagram to say like your interest, and on there it says, it often takes me over a month to respond. So I'm thinking like I'm gonna get a tattoo in like maybe February, maybe a lot longer than that. Like the tattoo artist that I used to get tattooed by in Portland had like 6 months or more wait lists. So I'm not expecting to get anything right away. The next day I get an email that was like, can you come in tomorrow or next week? Or today or next week. And I'm like, I can't come in today. I'm already doing shit, but I could come in next week on these 3 days. And he emails me back and was like, okay, we can do Tuesday at noon. I'm like, okay, great. Can you give me an estimate of how long it's going to take? Because like I need to check and see if my budget's going to match what the hourly rate is and all that. No response. I'm like, maybe he got busy, whatever. Friday, still no response. Saturday, I email again. I'm like, hey, I just want to make sure that like I'm still good to come on Tuesday, because like to me that's not quite confirmed. Even on the booking site, it says that you have to put in a deposit. He didn't ask me to give him a deposit, didn't say where to give the deposit, anything like that. And so I email again Saturday, still hear nothing. So then on Monday, I'm like, realize I look at the web or the Instagram, and the shop that he works at is closed on Sundays and Mondays, plus it's a holiday, so I can't call and check in. So then I try to message him on Instagram on Monday night, or yesterday night, and I was like, hey, I just want to confirm that like this appointment is actually confirmed, because the artist is 2.5 hours away from me. And you know, I'm like, maybe he's not going to respond to me tonight, but maybe he will in the morning. I wake up at the normal time that I have to drive, you know, wake up at 9 so that I can drive the 2.5 hours, see if he's responded. No response via email, no response via Instagram. I'm like, should I go? And part of me was like, oh, you know, I could make a beach day out of it, but my partner has a thing that he has to do today, so he can't go with me. And I'm like, well, if I'm going to do a beach day, if this is not actually confirmed, then I would rather do it with somebody than by myself. And so I'm like, I don't know. And I ultimately decide not to go. This man doesn't email me until around 10:30, which is like an hour past when I would have needed to leave my house. And then says, yep, noon today. And I didn't see that email until noon, because I was just like, maybe I'll call the shop at noon and be like, I can still come if you have time. But I called the shop at noon, and there's no voicemail set up. Also, the website doesn't exist. Like, they haven't paid it. If you try to look up their Instagram that's listed, the Instagram doesn't exist. And I believe that this tattoo shop exists. Like, it has a Yelp page. It has good and more negative reviews, mostly based off of their communication levels. So I'm like, I don't think that it doesn't exist, but I am still like wary. And that's why I decided not to go today. And eventually we did get rescheduled to tomorrow. So hopefully I'll get tattooed tomorrow. But I was just like, the whole time I'm like, I don't know, maybe I should just show up, because it was like kind of confirmed, but it wasn't really confirmed. And 2.5 hours is a long way to go for something that's like not 100% confirmed. Would you have shown up?
This is a tough one, because I get quite a lot of anxiety with this whole kind of thing. Like, I'm like this person, if I haven't paid a deposit or it doesn't seem like it's confirmed, I get a little bit anxious, and I'm just like, are we good? So if I feel like there is a chance that the tattoo might not happen, I will always message the tattoo artist and be like, hey, are we good for tomorrow, kind of thing. I've only had to do that a couple of times. It's not really a bad communication thing, it's just double checking, and you're more than okay to do that. But yeah, I think if I was in their position after trying to reach out so many times and not hearing anything back, I also would not have turned up. I'm sorry. I'm very much a never no show your tattoo artist kind of person, but how many times has this person got to reach out to get an answer? You know, of course, tattoo artists are very busy. They're always drawing or tattooing, and they have their own lives, kids, families, and all of that. They're not always going to be on their phone or computer checking emails, but you should at least check your emails a couple of times a day, just in case, you know, you have a client that can't make it or whatever. I've also noticed from a lot of tattoo artists that I follow on Instagram that if they can't look at their messages, they will always put out a story saying, I will check my messages in a couple of days' time, because they're busy or on holiday or not well. That kind of communication is great. So yeah, I feel like this person isn't in the wrong at all. They did everything that they could to reach out to this artist, you know? And I'm glad that they rebooked their tattoo as well, and hopefully they get a tattoo. Let's have a look on their profile, see if there was an update. Okay, it does seem that there is an update to this whole situation, so we're going to take a look at that. I don't want to leave you hanging, I don't want to leave me hanging. I want to know what the situation is. Does this person end up getting a tattoo, and all of that?
So the update is, I did drive the 2.5 hours to get tattooed today, because frankly there is a certain level of bullshit that I'm willing to put up with if the art is going to be really good. However, after I talked to the artist today, I did back out.
Oh no.
Because what I had sent to the artist was the photo of the art that I wanted, and that art had a lot of black work in it. When I showed up today, what the artist had prepared was line work. They were not preparing to do any black work at all. And I was like, that's not really what I was picturing. And he started to explain to me that, like, why he didn't think that would work, and that it would take a lot more time and money. And I was like, well, I need to think about it, right? But, like, also, that's a communication error on your part, once again, because if I send you something, you should assume that I want exactly what I'm sending you, and if you should ask questions, because, you know, this was a miscommunication, but it's mostly your fault that it's a miscommunication. So I'm sitting there thinking about it, and then he comes over just a couple of minutes later, after he said, like, oh, you don't have to do it today if you don't want to, like, no pressure or whatever. But then he comes over and he's like, you know, with your budget, this was already going to, like, be pushing it. And I'm like, bro, you have an hourly rate. Like, I was gonna pay your hourly rate, and you said it was only gonna take this many hours, so don't tell me that my budget was already pushing it. Fuck you. And then also he started, like, showing pictures of, like, this is what people are charging for. I'm like, this isn't my first tattoo, dude. Like, I was gonna pay your hourly rate, and you're not allowed to charge me more than your hourly rate. I wouldn't have fucking paid that. Oh, and then he mentioned that he didn't charge me the deposit to draw it up, which he normally would charge, and I was just like, whose fault is that? That's your own fault.
Yep.
And so it just felt like trying to kind of guilt me into doing it anyway, even though I didn't want to do it, and even though he said I didn't have to do it. And I was just like, yeah, no, I don't want to do this. So that fucking sucks. But on the bright side, I'm by the beach. And the beach is literally my favorite place ever. And I grew up on the West Coast, and now I live on the East Coast, and I have not been to an East Coast beach yet, so I'm excited to check it out. Oh, he also tried to pull, like, well, I couldn't copy the artist exactly because, like, the artist might get mad that I copied their art. I'm like, this is the exact same thing as their art, just in a line work. And also, I sent you proof that I got permission from the artist to have their art put on my body. That's bullshit.
I'm glad that they clarified that they had permission from the original artist about them having their artwork as a tattoo, because at first I was kind of like, oh, well, you know, like, you are asking for someone else's artwork here, like, it's all seeming a little bit muddy and a little bit like, eh. But at the end of the day, after all of that, I will just put this all down to very bad communication, and it's just not a good fit. I'm glad that this person stood up for themselves and realised that it just wasn't going to work out between them and the tattoo artist, and decided to leave and have a nice beach day. That's the way it should be, instead of getting a tattoo that you're not going to end up liking, or you're getting a tattoo from an artist that just isn't a good fit for you, because you will always remember who your tattoo artist is that has done your tattoos. And if you have a bad experience with that tattoo artist, you're not going to ever forget that, you know, so it's always best to have a good artist. Vivian once said, oh, these are so beautiful. I am a big Vivian Westwood girly, let me tell you, and I just love Vivian. You know, what an angel. She was, so great, and those tattoos are awesome. I'd actually love a Vivian Westwood tattoo at some point in my life. There is an artist that I've been tattooed by before. Her name's Sophie, and she actually did my channel art that I've had since like 2017. But Sophie is an absolute sweetheart, and she is the biggest Vivian Westwood girly I have ever known. She loves Vivian Westwood, and she does very cool Vivian Westwood tattoos, and I would love a little Vivian Westwood orb. These ones are quite delicate and dainty, so not really my kind of thing, but Sophie's tattoos have a little bit more of a bolder feel to them, so yeah, I definitely have to find some space for a little Vivian Westwood orb. Me, when I see a Stanley Cup, Ugg boot, Lululemon, claw clip, Sol de Janeiro, natural hair colour, non-tatted girl walk by, and I wonder if I wrecked my body because she looks so clean and natural. No! Oh, not the identity crisis, honey. The thing is, I get it. Like, if I sat here and said, oh, I have never wondered what it feels like to be that type of girl, I would be lying. I would love to swap shoes for a day. Honestly, I think, well, maybe not everyone, but I feel like we all would love to know what it feels like to be a different aesthetic for one day. I mean, I would. I know I would hate it because I've covered my tattoos before with makeup and I hated every second of it and it just was not fun. But I don't know, to just look in the mirror and just see like a blonde, clean girl aesthetic type of gal that dresses, you know, all girly, I would love to know what that is like, you know? And which I could try, but yeah, you'll never catch me fully converting to the other side. Could you imagine if one day I just turn up on camera and I've like removed all my tattoos and my hair is bleached blonde and long, and you know, I've got the clean girl makeup and I'm all bronzed and, you know, I'm wearing a pretty little dress. Could you imagine? That would just be terrifying. My client's tattoo idea was a headless horseman but stylized to look like the cover of an 80s romance novel. Nailed it. This is so cool. I love this so goddamn much. Stop. This is my kind of aesthetic right there. It's a bit gory, but I really like it. Also, the song that is used for this TikTok is Murder on the Dance Floor. And I'm sorry, I'm here to have a rant about it. I'm fed up of hearing this song, okay? Yes, I've watched Saltburn. Yes, I enjoyed Saltburn. And I'm really happy for Sophie Ellis-Bextor that her, you know, iconic song from many years ago is now iconic once again. But I'm sick of hearing it because I was alive when this was really popular, okay? Like, this was always on music channels. Yeah, do you remember the time when music videos and music channels was like really popular and it was pretty much the only thing you'd watch as a teen? Well, that's what I would watch anyway. And like, oh my god, I can't believe this song is like haunting me once again, because when it first came out I loved it and then it was overplayed so dang much, and now again it's overplayed so dang much. I can't believe history is repeating itself once again. But hey, it's a bop, isn't it? Yeah, I should maybe stop being a hater. Oh no, not the Lawnmower Tat Daddy 5000. I cannot with these things. They're terrifying. Wait, what are we doing? Are we going to cover up that portrait? That portrait looked really good. No. What is happening right now? Oh. This just looks horrible. I know it's a very efficient way of doing blackout and it gets it done quicker, but it's just so scary. Like, if an artist come at me with that, I would just freak out. The results are good though. That amount of needle is just excessive to me. It's too much. It's too scary. It's too big. I don't like big things, okay?
I do have quite a lot of tattoos. I have Where the Wild Things Are, of course, Arthur Reed's library card tattoo, Lowly Worm from Richard Scarry,
God, these are adorable.
No Face, the famous S, the Pickle Car from Richard Scarry, the Mad Hatter, Totoro. So many tattoos. I love tattoos. But I used to cover up my spots when I first became a library worker. But you'll be surprised how many library workers have a lot of tattoos. And I really started just showing off my tattoos to the library world when I was a children's librarian in Vallejo. When I would go to these classrooms and I would do story times for the schools, for the teachers, for the students. And my tattoos would be showing. It was always amazing to me to hear the school kids, the upcoming library kids be like, oh, you have tattoos. You're like my dad. You're like my uncle. You're like my grandpa. And you could just see like a light go off in their eyes. Their light bulb in their brain popped, just went off. They never thought they would connect their dads, their uncles, their grandpa to books, to libraries, but they did through tattoos. They saw my tattoos and they were like, wait, this person's reading books. This is the library person. And they, with their tattoos, look, even though I don't look like all the time like their dads, uncles, and grandpas, to them, they made that connection. I love that my bookish tattoos, my reader's advisory arm could do that. Library tattoos!
Oh my god, this is so freaking wholesome. I can't. That is honestly just adorable. Oh, I love this so much. I mean, their tattoos are so freaking cute, so wholesome. This person is just so cute. It's so freaking wholesome. And this is a great example to show that kids love tattoos. They love cooler looking people. You know, so many teachers do get told to cover their tattoos because, oh, what about the children? It's unprofessional. But honestly, I feel like a lot of children would feel a lot safer around tattooed people, you know? I mean, I certainly would. My form tutor, I think that's the word to use. I'm not sure. But, you know, when you start the school day, you go into a certain classroom and you do like the register and all of that. She was also one of the art teachers, I think. Anyway, she had a star on her wrist, but she always covered it up with a watch strap. But I noticed it a couple of times and I thought she was like the coolest person because of it. Getting my husband's name tattooed on my neck. No, you are not.
Don't mess up, eh? I'm not. Why would I?
This needs to be a joke. We are joking, aren't we?
Sheesh, I can't wait.
Are we doing this in the bathroom?
Is it gonna hurt?
Is it gonna hurt? Honey, yes.
It's my first tattoo.
It's okay.
Oh, this has to be a bit. There's no way.
You always had a neck, so yeah, you always look good.
What?
You always...
Cállate, tonto. Let me see yours. We're gonna be twinsies.
Ready?
No, please stop.
Maybe I should put it on my face.
All right, this has. Yeah,
You could put
you're
it something
joking.
Like my last name. You're really gonna have my name, so my last name.
Or like maybe your face.
Stop.
My face.
Okay, no, let's just start with this.
That's not.
No?
How about
You
we
ready?
don't?
I'm ready.
You took
No, we're not
your,
ready.
Pain pills?
No, no pimples.
Okay.
No, no cream ni nada. Párale, vato. Uy.
I wouldn't be laughing. Neck tattoos do not tickle. Yeah, this is 110% a bit. There is no way this person is out here tattooing someone's neck in a bathroom for their first tattoo. So big. No, there's just no way. I'm not having this. Yeah, I'm looking through their TikToks and it does not look like it happened. It's a sketch. Haha, very, very funny.
Basic white people tattoos, UK edition. Anyone over the age
How are
of
you gonna
40
come for people when you look
qualifies for
like
this
that? I'm
tattoo.
sorry.
I swear, there
God.
are more tribal tattoos
Oh.
than any other style in the UK. And they all look garbage. Like, the odds of you finding a nicely done tattoo are slimmer than trying to pick up a girl at the club at 3 a.m. in the morning. Basically, you're going home with a fatty. If you live in England, you...
Nah, this man calling people fatties and calling out people for their tattoos when he looks like that. My man's has his hairline tattooed. Okay, you're not fooling anybody with that. Lovely, okay? Also, his tattoos are completely blown out. Check yourself before you come for other people, okay?
You'll know what I'm talking about. This is what we call the
What's
chav
wrong with a man tattoo?
What's a chav? A chav is someone who's probably never worked a day in their life and just lives off of claiming benefits. They obviously can't afford proper tattoos, so they end up getting garbage like this, probably in their friend's kitchen. The flock of birds just appearing out of nowhere, one of the most common tattoos for females in the UK. This is also the type of girl that would say, oh, I love being tattooed, I just love the pain. They'll probably also have an infinity sign or something like that.
I am not having some basic white boy come for other people's tattoos when one, he looks like that, okay? The most basic chest, arm tattoos, like mandala, woo, congratulations, that's not original either. And calling out the infinity symbols and the flock of birds and all of that crap, like, get a grip, absolutely not. I gave myself a stick and poke with a safety pin and nail polish. No, why would you? Like, for real? Why did you think that was a good idea? Why did you think putting chemicals like nail polish into your skin and your blood system and in your lymph nodes is a good idea? Can anyone explain as to why this person may have thought that was a good idea? Because I don't see any reason as to why that's a good idea. Oh yes, honey, just, doing my nails, giving myself a tattoo, you know how it is.
My sleeves are done.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the symmetry. Oh, they're so beautiful. Like, everything
My
just
sleeves are
works
done.
out perfectly. I don't think it's completely symmetrical as such. It's kind of hard to tell. But yeah, they've got the same kind of like designs on each side.
My sleeves are
And
done.
it's just like bold and black and oh yeah. This is a whole ass mood. I love it. So good.
And if you kick every male tattooer out of this country, who's gonna have inappropriate relationships with their clients?
Yasmin, oh my god, dude, you can't say that.
No, in like a sense.
I mean, they're not wrong. Can you cover this for me? Oh, stop it. Stop it. That was good. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting them to be like, oh, okay, so what do you want as a cover-up kind of thing? Not a, let me just pull down the sleeves for you. That's good. That's a good job. Point of view, you got your back tattooed and live by your lonesome. Oh, the worst. Oh, not the spatula. Oh, no. Genius idea, though, honestly. I think I've seen someone do this before. Like they wrap up a spatula or some kind of stick and then they apply cream with that, which is honestly a genius idea. But yeah, getting your back tattooed in placements where you can't reach yourself is a brave and bold choice if you live alone. Let me tell you, like, Godspeed to anyone that chooses to do that. Remembering I have free will and a tattoo gun. No. I mean, at least they're wearing gloves, that's something, but the whole tattooing in a bedroom situation ain't about it. Okay, why is that not bad? Why do I like that? Normally, like, with self-done tattoos, I mean, up close, it does look kind of ropey. I'm sure there's a lot of imperfections throughout the whole tattoo because we don't get to see it super close up, but they're, like, from a distance view, that's actually quite nice. Like, I quite like that. But doesn't mean I agree with it. Okay, don't come for me. Doesn't mean I agree with the home tattooing situation and all of that jazz. Okay, but honestly, I feel like this person has a lot of talent and I feel like they should pursue being a tattoo artist, you know, get a tattoo apprenticeship, stop tattooing in a bedroom and tattoo people and get paid for it and be successful and have the best life ever, okay? Like, I really do root for people that have natural talent for tattooing. It's just, go about it the safe way, you know?
All right, let's elaborate.
Okay.
Starting with
Stop it, this is adorable.
A striptease.
Yes!
These
Stop
are goosebumps.
it.
A biker chick.
Stop, this is so fun.
A fun gal.
Stop it.
And a booby.
I'm sorry, this person wins. This person wins the tattoo game. We can all go home now. Just stop. Put your tattoo machines down. Stop saving your money. Put away your aftercare cream. This person has won the tattoo game. It's done. It's over. Stop it. Stop getting tattoos. You cannot beat this person ever. Honestly, the most amazing collection of pun tattoos there. I want one now. Someone think of a really fun pun tattoo for me to get, please. Because I have zero creativity skills and I need all the help I can get. Okay? Thank you very much. Honestly, if it's a good idea, I will get it. Okay, I'm going to react to one more for this video. People with face tattoos thinking others won't approach us anymore because we look scary. Somebody's son on the way to ask me if they hurt. Why is it so true? Ah! Without a doubt, there'll always be somebody's son out there giving you the attention that you probably do not want. Just looked in the mirror and realised I had a ton of blue lipstick all over my teeth. So that's lovely. I do apologise for that. Honestly, it's always such a risk wearing a bold lipstick colour when you're filming because, it's going to get everywhere. Anyway, my darlings, I just want to say thank you so much for being here and always tagging me in tattoo TikToks. Without you, this series just would not be possible. Anyway, I hope you all stay safe and well. And until my next video, bye.